Greetings, everyone, and welcome. November the 1st, 2025, and we have confirmation that Ukraine has destroyed three key pipelines over the last 24 hours that are responsible not only for military supply, but also supply for Moscow, and this is their plan. So, yes, we're beginning to see the noose tighten around Moscow with energy infrastructure. I have video to confirm that. Additionally, brought Chute speaking about it analytically. And yes, as you can see in the title, I found a doppelganger in Moscow. And it's going to be right at the end, or you can fast forward to that if you want to see it. It's unbelievable what I'm going to share with you in just a few minutes. But first, we just need a smile every once in a while because the world is in such chaos that it's sometimes difficult on a daily basis looking at the geopolitical situation around the world to find time to smile. So today, you'll have a smile on this one for sure. But before we get there, thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. We appreciate each and every one of you. First of all, I can confirm, you can see on the image to the right there, that is Moscow circled, a huge city, and this arrow to the right and the geotag location is where the pipelines were destroyed. Three pipelines. These pipelines carried diesel, aviation fuel, and standard gasoline, or benzene as it's called. Last night near Moscow, a strategic oil product pipeline. It's called Koltsevoy, or it's also referred to as the Circle Pipeline, which is used for civilian and for military. The annual capacity of this is up to 3 million tons of aviation fuel, 2.8 million tons of diesel, and 1.6 million tons of gasoline. It is no longer. In fact, these are some images. We actually have the full video, but if I show the explosions, maybe YouTube will take it down or it will not be pushed out for people to see the reality. But here are the official released photos. I know that's written in Ukrainian there, but I will translate it for you. So it says it's the Moscow region. And then you see the three pipelines here. Up on the ridge, it says security vehicle. So that was a Russian security vehicle. And this picture, of course, being taken from a human being, maybe a drone, but a human being, identifying the three detonation devices. That's what the three rectangles are. The three sabotage and detonation devices that went off, and this is the result of it. There were three specific explosions, and full video, everything is there. These pipelines have been destroyed, and the noose will begin to critically go around that Moscow region. This guy I follow on the right there, his name is Bratchuk. I am trying to get him on the channel with me so we can talk about the war. He's with the Ukrainian Volunteer Army. He's also a military expert and analyst. He's telling Ukrainians, and I have it translated for you so that you understand the plan that Ukraine has against Moscow specifically. Here it is. Well, if you look at the overall map of the strikes that are taking place against Moscow, that is the capital, of course, we can see that it is being encircled. The regions like Bryansk and Belgorod and others that are around Moscow, we're trying to encircle it with strikes not only on oil refineries, but also corresponding energy infrastructures, because these aren't just small substations, particularly ones that are found in the regions to the east of Moscow. This isn't just about one region, but it's about the certain areas that circle Moscow. So we can see that this work is purposeful, it is effective, done by our defenses, and it's reached a point where we can say there is a difference in a circle that is tightening around Moscow. And there you have it. It's coming clear. Last night, there were even videos coming out of the lights flickering in parks around Moscow, and there were some power outages. Ukraine is specifically focused on crippling the infrastructure on Moscow. What is good for the goose, what they're doing to Kyiv, Ukraine is going to focus on doing back at Moscow. Now, we also know that there is a big battle in Pokrovsk, and today, Syrskyi and Budanov were there. I have these guys pictured, and I'm just going to give you the quote directly from Siersky. Siersky on the right there in the circle, and standing in the back with the black jacket on, that is Budanov. So you have the top brass here. Quote, just a few hours ago, Pokrovsk holding, Mirnograd holding. Siersky said, I visited the Pokrovsk direction. The situation is difficult, but there is no encirclement. Logistics are working. The operation to contain and push back the enemy continues. Pokrovsk and Mirnograd are holding. We are strengthening the defense with additional units and UAVs. This is Siersky's direct quote. Now, time will tell. It is very difficult. We were last night on the live talking with Dylan Burns, and make sure you go over to Dylan Burns TV. His documentary on Pokrovsk dropped today. But the reality is it's brutally difficult in Pokrovsk and Mirnograd. It's just a fact. But we have to at least listen to this, and then we will evaluate over time. But it is critical there. Now, two last stories that I want to give you on this afternoon update, November the 1st, 2025. One is Lukashenko. This is unbelievable. Lukashenko today, cold in Belarus. He's sitting outside. This is the actual photo. He is at a wood, it looks like some type of wood factory. Now, journalists are everywhere, and he's gathered people there. It would kind of be like a town hall meeting, but he's beginning to describe to the Belarusian people about the Oreshnik, and then he goes into this rant about 2 million Ukrainians that are dead or maimed. You have to hear it for yourself. And once again, Minsk can never be considered any type of negotiating factor. Why? This is why. The Oreshnik missile will go on combat duty in December, and I want you to understand what the purpose of it is. If we have to use it to strike things, it will go very bad, but Putin and I will make that decision together to strike. Unfortunately, this is how the war in Ukraine began, in Donbass. Russian speakers were persecuted, they were killed and harassed. I saw this with my own eyes. We met in Minsk, we made agreements, and it turns out there are no agreements. All we have is deception with Russia and us. Ukraine deceives us and goes too far. 2 million Ukrainians have already died or been maimed. Why are you pushing your luck? Poles, Lithuanians, and others used to live normally. And there you have it, guys. He was even speaking about the Russian and the Belarusian language. They're basically the same. But the Russian, the Belarusian language, we were just so oppressed there. This is how it all began. And they don't want to push us. They don't want to push us. This is what is happening. So take Lukashenko and Belarus and Minsk off the table. Of course, that is 100% Russia. Okay. And by the way, he will be making no decisions about anything. Putin makes the decisions. So he just likes to flex a little bit. Now we get to it, guys. I have found the Trump doppelganger in Moscow. No joke on this. Here is the image. It is similar. And all you can say is, wow. How about a little video to go with it? Excuse me. Have you ever noticed that you look like Donald Trump? Not one time. Not once? Very much like him you look, in a female kind of way, of course, but similar. She's smiling. No, he's good looking. You're also a pretty lady. Holy moly, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, I'm just trying to put a smile on your face. That is documented video out of Moscow. And this guy, I guess on his social media, walked up and says, you know what? You look like Donald Trump. I think he's pretty accurate. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing, liking, commenting, subscribing, watching very closely right now, Venezuela. And guys, Venezuela is the becoming an epicenter of another connection that ties together Russia, China, and Iran. Not only Ukraine, the Middle East, now Venezuela in South America. Yes, we will keep you updated on that as well. You guys be blessed. Have a great day, and we'll be back very soon.